Hi, this is Little Dwarf playing games while rambling coherently into a microphone. Why? Just because I can. And they continue with Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2. I need to investigate a matter of a recent murder that happened in the cantina. I also can't fail to notice this huge puddle of blood right here. There are some remnants of a droid here. Pile of trash from the local cantina.
I
thought it was you. Rainer Namis, Captain of the Ebon Hawk, is it not? Imagine what the soldiers would do if they knew you were wandering the streets. You're a wanted criminal now. What? How do you know me? The exchange has quite a bounty on you. Your head is worth many credits, as long as it's recognizable. I'd take you alive, but I doubt I could keep a Jedi from escaping. That will have to do. How about you die?
I hear
Wouldn't you happen to have another visa on you? Nope.
yes. What is it?
General, we have found them again.
Have we, Tobin? Or is this a preface to another of your failures? Consider the whole field, Tobin. Why would a Jedi risk all of this just to come to Izes?
The crew of the Ebon Hawk is elusive, General. We were warned about that, but we still underestimated them. But the fools are here, in Izes. The intel on this is certain. I'm ordering men loyal to us to take care of them now.
I think I have an idea. Hold that order. Have him watched instead. The Jedi may prove a solution to another one of our persistent problems.
I won't remain silent any longer. The Republic has actively attacked us. They attack our spaceships unprovoked. What next? An invasion? Perhaps they seek to conquer us. Will you stand idly by? Will you let them bomb our city? No! If Queen Talia is so removed that she won't do what the people so clearly want, then we must show her. With force!
That's it, Ponlar. We're taking you in. You've gone too far.
Brothers and sisters, let us rise up now and march to the palace. Our will cannot be denied.
Well, don't do this. This will not help your cause, and innocents might very well die. Because you're essentially trying to cause a riot. Even if your cause is right. Which, to be honest, I kind of forgot that the general lied about the Republic attacking them first. Which is a point in favor of the Republic, I guess. Don't do this, Ponlar. This will not help your cause. Innocents will die.
Sacrifices are inevitable, but it is the price of change.
Well, soldier, call for reinforcements now. You're going to need them.
The time of patience is over. Let's show them our resolve with force.
He's right! Get arms! Kill the royalists!
They're arming. We need backup. We could use your assistance. Try to disable them. If the mob grows, many more will die.
I won't fight civilians. I would prefer not to fight civilians, but if they attack me, I will defend myself.
We should conserve our strength for more important matters.
We have no time for this. Fire!
Kill all the royalists!
Well, apparently you're duking it out among yourselves. So that is essentially a riot in the streets. A violent one, you know, people are going to die from the looks of it. It doesn't seem like they are specifically using non-lethal weapons. So, you know, that sucks, but again, not my home planet.
Back again, Off-Worlder? I'm sure you have a starport visa. If I were you, I'd leave before too many more beast cages are stacked in the streets.
Do you have a man called Dhagon Gent in custody?
We certainly do. He and several other people were picked up in connection to a murder.
Who got murdered?
Captain Sulio. She was in charge of the starport checkpoint. A good soldier. Your friend was one of the last people that saw her alive. So far, he's just a suspect. But if he did it, the punishment is death.
Dhagon Gent is the only person I know with the contacts to help us out. We need to get Dhagon out of custody.
How long is Dhagon going to be questioned?
Until we either eliminate him as a suspect or find the real killer. Dhagon has quite a record with the authorities. The Colonel thinks that murder isn't too far a stretch for someone like him.
Can I see him?
No way. We're under orders to make sure no one sees the murder suspects. Command is taking this very seriously.
How can I eliminate him as a suspect?
I know Dhagon personally. He's one of the worst doctors I've ever heard of. But I can't see him deliberately killing someone. He was one of the last people seen with Captain Sulio in the cantina. Ask around there. I've heard he's got a good motive for killing him. If you can somehow clear that up and prove it wasn't him, Command will cut him loose. If I say any more, I'll get in trouble.
Alright.
Stay out of trouble.
In the Council of Lords today, Lord Dashiell recommended a special commendation for Colonel Tobin due to his brilliant command of our armada in the skies above Onderon. Without him, Lord Dashiell said, the Republic attack would surely have done more damage. Tobin is one of Iziz's greatest heroes and deserves recognition.
You know what? I will give the papers to the Republic guy, because that trick with trying to deceive the people, that the Republic attack first, is a very scummy thing to do. And also, Colonel Tobin tried to kill me, from what I understand, so that's quite a big offense. Slice the computer, access denied. Alright.
I'm quite busy right now. Perhaps later we could talk.
Good to see you again. Any luck with the visa?
I managed to get an open starport visa.
Really? I've been looking for one for weeks. Thanks.
Well, here you go.
You've done a tremendous service for the Republic. Now I have to catch the first shuttle out of here. May the Force be with you.
Oh, damn it, I should have asked him about the murder again first.
It's the Pazak Shark. No more games for me. I know when I've been beat.
Can I talk to you about Captain Sulio's murder?
Foul business, that is. Like most nights, I was here. What do you want to talk about?
Do you know any reason why Dhagon Gent would kill her?
Never. Dhagon thought very highly of the good captain. I did too. She had a sharp wit, that one. Sad to see her go.
Tell me how you know Dhagon.
Know him. He's probably my best friend on this planet. Honestly, he's not a very good doctor, but he is a great drinking companion.
Okay, I asked this just a second ago.
Never.
Alright. So you don't tell me much in terms of concrete information. Do you know anything? That's a foul business. I was not here when it happened. 4 of our regulars talked. Bahiman, Nico, Pandar, and Kip. We should talk with them. Okay, so that's Nico.
Yeah.
What is it?
Oh, need some.
I want to talk to you about Captain Sulio's murder. I had the misfortune of being here that night. What do you want to know? Do you know any reason why Dhagon Gent would kill her? I normally try to leave the cantina before the more serious drinkers arrived. That night I was very close to them. Dhagon was attempting what I assume was a mating advance. I may not be a human, but even I could tell his advances were particularly unwanted. Sulio then started swearing at him. Many of the words I have never heard, but the ones I did understand, I am sure were most impolite. Humiliation on that scale is a real motive for passionate and deadly response. I told the soldiers as much. How do you know him? I recognize him, but that's about it.
This room is reserved, off-worlder.
I want to talk to you about the murder.
If you ask me, she got what she deserved. She looked down on us beast riders. Good riddance.
Do you know Dhagon Gent?
I know his face, that's about it. His office is on Bekel's turf.
Who's Bekel?
She's a beast rider like me and her leader. You better never be speaking ill of her, or else.
Okay, so you don't really tell me anything. And now there's also Bahima, right? I don't even know who that is, necessarily. Ah, you! What brings you to Bahima this time? Can I talk to you about Captain Sulio's murder? What do you want to know? Someone has been saying that Sulio humiliated Dhagon that night she was murdered. That's a very good motive. They don't know the complicated relationship they had. Many evenings after such beverage consumption, they would use colorful language at each other. It was almost a game to them, I believe. Something they definitely looked forward to, but the soldiers? It would be easy for others to assume that there was genuine fire in their exchange. They would get especially colorful when they had a crowd. The soldiers must understand that Dhagon was not angry with her that night. He brought her a drink later.
Will help with clearing Dhagon. But the Onderon military won't let him off that easy. They're very obstinate. Maybe someone in here will know more about what happened that night.
What happened the night of the murder? I was very busy that night. Some Gamorreans were breaking many pieces of the furniture. I know little of what happened. I am afraid I won't be of much help in your investigations. Okay, but maybe I can ask the others again.
It's the Pazak Shark. Foul business, that is.
What happened the night of the murder?
I was cleaning up stakes from a particularly rewarding Pazak game when I heard a loud sound outside. I grabbed my blaster and went out the door.
When I got out, I saw Captain Sulio. She was quite dead. Blood was everywhere. I heard a noise and saw Dhagon Gent coming from his office across the courtyard. We both waited for the authorities to get there. The next day, they picked up Dhagon and several other people in the area. It's crazy to think he did it. Sulio was our friend.
And where did they find the body?
Just outside the door by the junkie.
It might be a good idea to look at the crime scene. We fought many soldiers in the Mandalorian Wars. The Onderonians were certainly brave, but they were disorganized, stupid. I wouldn't be surprised if they overlooked something.
I'd much rather talk about something else.
Okay, there's a very noticeable blood stain, which certainly warrants some extended investigation. You search the trash heap for anything related to the murder. The only thing you find is dried blood where she was killed. Maybe there's something else in the area. This is the remnants of a serving droid, still clutching its serving tray. It has been heavily scavenged and its head is missing.
Nobody we talked with mentioned a droid. This droid was destroyed recently. Someone inside the cantina might know more.
Now, what do you order? I'll just guess.
Oh, need some.
About the murder. I found a broken serving droid by the murder scene. Droids are sadly vandalized all the time now. Probably one of Bahima's serving droids. He keeps losing them, a source of displeasure for him. I know nothing more though. Is it possible the droid saw something? Something that we could recover? Did you find the head? The memory core is located here or there on that model. It was missing. Without the head, I can't do anything. If you do find the head, however, I could work on it. I have the proper equipment for such an operation.
This room is reserved, off-worlder.
What the murder?
If you ask me, she got what she deserved.
I found a broken droid by the murder scene.
That Bith keeps buying droids, and the scavengers keep stealing them or blowing them up. Seems he's finally given up. The waitress is awful, but she's more fun than his droids ever were.
Any idea which scavenger got to his droid?
I wouldn't tell you even if I knew. I could tell you where you could find the parts, though.
Where?
That western square has the perfect fence for droid parts. There's a droid vendor called 1B8D. That droid is as dumb as a Gamorrean. He'll buy anything because he's too stupid to do anything else. 1B8D is quite handy. Quite a few of the slum dwellers make a good living salvaging droid parts for him. I might have even bought some.
I am 1B8D, an automated droid vendor.
I need to know if you have any parts of one of Bahima's serving droids.
Entity Bahima unknown. I have many serving droid parts.
I want to buy them.
The market rate for those parts would be 25 credits.
Sure.
Thank you for your business.
Kip in the cantina can probably do something with this. We should head back.
I have the remnants of the droid. Can you get any information from it? Let me see. You've got the head where the memory core is. Give me a minute or two. That should do it. Let's look at his last feed.
Hello there. What is this? Oh my, she's dead.
There you go. It seems this recording proves that the killer came from the marketplace. You might want to show it to Nico.
It's the Bazak shark.
About the murder.
Foul business, that is.
I want to show you the droid's last transmission.
If it'll help Dhagon, you got it. There's no way that Dhagon could have done it. I saw him coming from his office. That's the opposite direction of the marketplace. We should go talk to Captain Riken and clear all of this up.
Nico, is it? And the off-worlder. What brings the two of you here?
Dhagon Gent couldn't have killed Captain Sulio.
That's a bold statement. I assume you have some sort of proof.
Nico can explain it.
It's a long story, so bear with me, Captain. The night of the murder, I was playing Bazak. It was a prosperous night.
That should do it. We still don't know who killed Sulio, but this will greatly assist our investigation.
You have been ordered off this investigation, Captain. I hope you can explain yourself.
I had nothing to do with this, sir. This citizen found information about Captain Sulio's murder. It's material to the investigation.
We've already got our man. Sulio and this Gent were fighting the night she was murdered. He had ample motive.
They weren't really fighting. The regulars of the cantina can vouch for that.
Have you read the report? Some of the things Sulio called him were vile. Sulio and Dhagon clearly hated each other.
Did you talk to anyone in the bar? Others can confirm that they were good friends.
Why, you little... Friends would not carry on in such a manner.
It's absolutely true, Major. I was a friend of both of them. They've done this dozens of times. Bahima, the bartender, can confirm it, as well as half a dozen other people. They were an odd pair, but they certainly didn't hate each other.
I see. But there's still the fact that he was right there at the scene of the crime.
So were other people. Some scavengers were stripping the droid there within a minute or two.
So what? What matters is who was there first. An eyewitness said he came from his office almost immediately. The only thing that matters to me is that he was within blaster range when Sulio was killed, and he did not have an alibi.
He came from his office, but the recording of the murder shows that the shot came from the opposite direction.
You have a recording? Well, I'm sure you're just misinterpreting it.
I've seen it myself, Major. Nico isn't the only one that spotted Dhagon coming from his office. It really can't be Dhagon Gent. The real killer is still loose.
Very well, Captain. Set Gent free, then. But if later it turns out that he did do it, it's gonna be on your head.
The men will be working on getting Dhagon Gent out right away. The Major sure isn't happy. You're quite a team. Together, you got the Major to back down. That's no small feat.
The Major seemed particularly unwilling to believe Dhagon was innocent.
The investigation has been handled at the highest levels. I've heard there's been some concern about that. With Dhagon free, I don't know if the investigation team will find another suspect. They haven't been as diligent as other investigators.
What do you mean?
I'm not gonna say anymore. Probably said too much already. If you head over to Dhagon Gent's office, some men will bring him there shortly. Thanks for clearing this whole thing up. I could tell the justice wasn't being served, but we all have our orders. We really need to patrol that sector better.
Thanks for getting me out of there. As detention cells go, it had definite class, but I prefer being out of my own all the same. I owe you and Mandalore one.
Why were you locked up in the first place?
Wrong place, wrong time. Captain Sulio and I were acquaintances. I just happened to be too close when she got dead. Real shame. She wasn't bad to look at. She could drink.
Any idea who killed her?
No, and at this point, I don't care. Just glad to be free.
You don't care?
She's dead now. Not like finding whoever did it will bring her back. I deal with death all the time. We all end up like her eventually.
How do you know Mandalore?
We go way back. Way before he became Mandalore. In my experience, Mandalorians always know about the doctors around. For some strange reason, they keep getting into scrapes. If you want to know more, ask him yourself.
This place is a mess. It must have been looted. By me, for example.
Yeah, it was. Although it looked pretty much like this to begin with.
I thought the doctor's office would be more sterile.
Little dirt never killed anyone. Well, maybe a few people. But they didn't pay too well, so they got what they deserve. I give my customers a menu of options. If they go for the deluxe, I'll clean up the place and put on a new smock. Otherwise, they knew the risks.
Don't you call them patients?
Patients, customers, idiotic hut spawn, call them what you like. Most doctors tell you that they get into the business to save lives. Most of them are flaming liars. At least I'll tell you the truth. I'm in it for the credits. Like what?
Well, Mandalore said you might be able to help me out. I need to get in touch with someone in the palace.
Not many people can help you out with that. There have been several assassination attempts on Queen Talia. That place is locked tighter than a Hut's fault. I know a few people, though. Who do you need to get in touch with?
Who is trying to kill the Queen?
Nobody knows for sure, but everybody thinks that General Vaktu has to have something to do with it. They're keeping the attempts quiet, but that place is locked down tight.
I'm trying to get in touch with a Jedi Master who's inside the palace.
A Jedi Master, you say? Now that is interesting. It's quite a bounty on Jedi these days. Not that I'm looking to collect, but there's a Master there. I think I know who it is.
Who do you think it is?
I'm not certain, otherwise I tell you. But the man I'm thinking about is smart, likes to stay in the shadows, and is cryptic as hell. If he isn't a Jedi Master, he should become one.
Can you get in touch with someone inside the palace?
There's a slight problem with that. I know you don't want to hear that since you went through all the effort of springing me out. The thing is, scavengers have already looted most of my stuff. Most of it's garbage anyway, so I don't care too much. But I did have a couple of encrypted holodiscs that they nabbed. So here's the punchline. I need those discs because they have some contact information on them. People I know you don't just walk up and chat with. There's a procedure. And that holodisc has the procedure.
Who has them?
The Kells gang pretty much owns this street. From what I hear, she's the one who cleaned me out. She's in the local cantina most days. She's tough as Drexel leather and more dangerous than an angry Wookiee. If you take Mandalore with you, though, you should be just fine. Just get me the encrypted holodisc. After that, if there is a Jedi Master in the palace, I'll get you a meeting with him.
Why do I keep getting lightsabers? Where do they even get all of them from?
What do you want here, Offworlder? The room is taken. The whole cantina is taken. You should leave.
Are you a beast rider?
What's it to you?
You have something that belongs to Dhagon Gent. I want it back.
You? And just how do you intend to do that?
I was hoping I might be able... I have some credits, perhaps.
The Offworlder wants to make a donation. Kill him and take everything.
What? Isn't that like... You're in a public place. How did you intend to get away with that exactly? Although I guess most of... You know, a large part of the military is associated with the guy who wants to kill me anyway. So... might have granted them some leeway in that regard. Open starport visa. Great. Great. So I can give that to that mother who's trying to help her kids get out of the planet before a civil war breaks out.
Found the encrypted holodisks yet. I won't be able to get a hold of my contacts from the palace without it.
I have them.
Great going there. With these, I'll check my contacts at the palace. I should be able to get a meeting with your Jedi Master shortly. You got anything you need to take care of in the quarter, you best do it now. You're dealing with serious politics by contacting him. If things go bad during a meeting, you may not be welcome in ISIS anymore. Perhaps never. Just let me know if you want to go through with this.
I have something I want to do first.
Come back when you're ready. Better yet, call the whole thing off. Palace politics can get you killed these days.
No. I just want to bring the visa to the mother, and then I think I'm kind of done, right? Starport visa. Yeah, I think I am done at that point. So let me just run there.
Captain, you're back. Please tell me you have an open starport visa.
I have found a visa for you, here.
Thank the Four Moons for your kindness, Off-Worlder. I only wish I had some way to thank you. But my children and I will never forget your kindness. Hurry, children. We get to go on a spaceship, thanks to the captain. We get to go into space.
So you still intend to go through with it? I can schedule the meeting with your Jedi Master as soon as you like. Like I was saying, though, once I use my contact, you may be in over your head. You may not be welcome back in ISIS again.
Contact the Jedi Master now.
Yeah, I'll get on it. Just grab a cot and rest a bit. Once I get a meeting time, I'll let you know.
Is this meeting a trap? I can't afford to lose you, especially given recent events.
Anything could be a trap. That clue is no fool. But if the message is true...
Is this necessary? I can guarantee your safety in the palace, but outside these walls the General has many men that would do anything for him.
Nothing in life is certain, Your Majesty. But I feel something. There is a disruption in the Force. I must investigate this.
Very well. But please, be cautious.
Aren't I always?
That's what I was afraid you'd say.
Well, the meeting is on. Head straight to the cantina. You guys should be in there. And no offense, but I hope I never see you again.
You must have gone through a lot to arrange this meeting. The palace is a full battle readiness. Smuggling in a message is no small task.
Master Kavar, I didn't know you were still alive.
Kavar, the famed Jedi Guardian. The Mandalorians counted on the fact it would be you, not Revan, who would would lead the Jedi against us during the Mandalorian Wars. I wonder how we'd have fared against you. I thought you were killed fighting Malik during the Jedi Civil War.
It seems my former student keeps curious company. Strange times lead to strange alliances, though. No, I survived the war. If only just. Why are you here? I imagine that you hold little love for any on the Jedi Council anymore. Even an old friend.
I didn't expect you would turn on me too, Kavar.
You have to understand that it was a time of great uncertainty. We just learned that Darth Revan was back with an armada. Every Jedi that went with him was lost, corrupted, as dark as their master. And then there was you. Many thought you were a spy. There's more to it than that. And I think you deserve an explanation.
Am I interrupting? In orbit, I thought for sure that the Ebon Hawk was mine. I was saddened, only to see you slip through my fingers during the battle. Imagine my delight to discover you were on Isis. Quite careless, if you ask me. Get them, men, and watch your aim. Civilian casualties cause a mess of paperwork.
I must return to the palace. I'll get word to you when I'm able. Run!
What have you done to my man? Blast! Men, take care of him. I won't let Kavar escape.
For the sake of subtlety, I suggest we avoid using grenades and any other weapons that may injure civilians in this battle.
Yes, of course, goes without saying. I didn't really discuss much with Kavar. I didn't really even have time to tell him about the Sith. Gel-shaped belt. Force resist plus 14. Wisdom plus 1. Interesting proposition.
Yes.
Something you need. What's wrong? What's wrong?
Wow. That's pretty cool.
What's happening in the West Square? It sounded like battle. Command's ordered comm blackout. Do you know what's going on?
Vacu's soldiers have been attacking me.
What? Why? That makes no sense. Command hasn't issued any alerts. Are you sure it wasn't some of those Beast Rider slags? They've been getting bolder recently.
Well, it's broad daylight and they were wearing uniforms.
You must be mistaken. Soldiers just don't attack civilians without orders. If it weren't for the comm blackout, I'd check with Command. Just head to the safety of the Merchant Square, citizen. We'll send a patrol to investigate as soon as we can contact our HQ.
Not all the military is after us. Still, Vaklu can throw a whole army at us. I think we've outworn our welcome over here. We should head over to the spaceport before General Vaklu invents some charges against us. Then we'd be in real trouble.
Yeah, so I think I will not bide your time until you can reach the Royal Palace to finally be able to see him again. So I guess I'm leaving for now.
You know what to do.
What? Why are civilians attacking me? I feel really uncomfortable about this because obviously I don't want to kill them. But there's no way to disable them non-lethally, so well, apparently they have chosen their death. Yeah, I don't want this. It's kind of pointless. I think I'll get force armor because it might be that I'm separated from my companions at a certain point, and then having the widest variety of buffs.
The diagnostic is doing something strange. Target acquired. What the hell does that mean? Cleared to go. Your visa's been scanned. You're cleared to leave. I'd leave right away. Things are going crazy in this quarter.
The shuttle is just ahead. I think we should get out of here fast. It's gonna be some time before they forget about us here. No more trips to ISIS for us until the situation changes. A lot.
Irritated declaration. There you are. It has been extremely difficult to track you down, Jedi. Annoying recitation. Let us proceed to facilitate communications, recitation, and bring about the termination of hostilities.
we're back. The shuttle is going to stay docked here until further notice. I'm not ready to part company yet. It sounds like you have a lot of traveling to do. So do I. I'm going with you. The Sith have taken a particular interest in you, and you could use an extra blaster. I've been meaning to leave Duxon to look for other Mandalorian clans anyway.
Why do you want to stop the Sith?
The Sith aren't known for sharing power. If the Jedi Order is destroyed for good, it's inevitable that the Sith will dominate the Republic, and then my people will be eradicated or enslaved. Helping your cause is a matter of necessity. Mandalorians helped Exar Kun during his war. We know firsthand how we'd fare in the service of their like. But that's enough for now. We'll have time to talk later.
The Ebonhawk is patched up and ready to go. When you're ready to depart, we can ask the guide here to take us back to the ship.
Okay, I guess let's go right away. Now, one thing I didn't talk about is during that conversation with Kreia, it was pretty much stated verbatim that the Mandalore is Kandar's Order from KOTOR 1, because it was talking about, you know, obviously he is from Clan Ordo specifically, and he was also talking about how Revan left him, or rather Kreia was talking about them. So I do have a chance to pick all of those additional lightsabers. That's a bonanza, to be sure. Like, I think there's at least like 30 of them.
The Mandalorians will rise again. Most of the recruits are scouting the perimeter. If they fail Mandalore again, there will be dire consequences. Mandalore will gather the scattered clan. We will triumph.
Yeah, let's go.
Follow me.
Command, you will talk. Defiant statement. There is nothing you can do to me. Do your worst. Agonized exclamation. My photoreceptors! My photoreceptors! Statement. I shall up the charge of your circuits next time. Now, answer the question. Posturing statement. I will never talk. Statement. Then I will have to settle for your screams.
That is one sick droid.
Statement. My prisoner has revealed something of interest. Allow me to share it with you. Statement. The facility that is creating these cruder, unsophisticated versions of me is located on Telos. I propose we go there and turn it into a smoldering crater.
Sure. We might do that. Are you alright?
The more worlds we travel to, the more questions I have. It's not just the hardships of the people, but something more.
It's difficult to turn away from the suffering of others. That is why one must help when they can.
You are right. But there is something more at work here.
What do you mean?
The attacks on Qatar, Telos itself, the decay on Dantooine. Something is wrong, but I cannot pinpoint what. It's like their connections have become sickened, damaged. Sometimes I feel like I almost understand, and then it just slips away.
I don't quite know what you meant by that.
My life for yours.
Anything new to add? I wanted to teach you some of the forms I've learned.
I am prepared both in mind and body for your teachings. I understand now. Such a form will increase my skills and my use to you.
I only taught you to make you stronger, not to serve me.
I do not understand, but the choice is mine whether you permit it or not. I will answer what I can. My life for yours.
I want to teach you some techniques that I've learned in my travels.
I am prepared for whatever you wish to teach me. I understand now.
Okay, so we don't have anything new to add. What about you?
Yes, General?
Nope.
Query. Is there someone that you need killed, Master?
Would you stop asking that?
Statement. Master, assassination is my primary function. It is only expected that when you speak to me, it is to give me the order to kill.
No, it isn't. Stop asking me that.
Statement. Oh, very well, Master. No doubt you are bothering me because you wish to interrogate me with harmless, non-lethal questions. Or perhaps you need the deck of your freighter scrubbed, or an exciting alien text translated. My circuits are abuzz with anticipation of what your next task will be for me that does not involve ending the life of an organic meatbag that deserves death. Statement. More questions. Wonderful.
I think we asked a lot of that.
Statement. What of them?
Do you know where they are being created? You cannot visit the HK factory at free will. It will trigger further along the main plot. Alright.
Statement. More questions. Wonderful.
The Navi computer is tampered with. Any idea why it's locked?
Query. Indeed,
It's voice printed.
Statement. Yes, I heard it was voice printed. Most curious.
You can mimic languages, right? Can you unlock it?
Statement. I suppose so, Master. But I would need to know who voice-locked it. It seems to me that we will have to accept the T3's astrogation abilities for the time being.
Okay, I will remove the crystal from my sword. T3, did you know Mandalore? Once? Why doesn't he recognize you? Yeah, but not every droid is the same. Well, maybe they are to a Mandalorian. Can you tell me what happened to Canderous? Yeah, I want to see the holo record. Do you know what they said? I don't understand. It looked like Revan needed Canderous. Why did you show me this? Thanks. I appreciate the trust. Why doesn't he recognize you? Anything else? Nope.
Yes?
What are you doing?
I am training, so that if danger should strike, my body and my reflexes will be prepared. That, and I had forgotten how long hyperspace travel can be. If I do not have something to focus my attention on, I fear my sanity will erode as well.
You can always play Pazak with Atom.
What do you mean, Pazak? What, again?
No, I do not trust him.
At cards?
That too.
It's going to be a very short journey if everyone is watching each other for betrayal.
That is untrue. You and the Iridonian trust each other. Or at least the Iridonian trusts you. We heard much of the Iridonian when we served Atris. Atris believed that the Iridonian held the knowledge to restoring Telos.
Okay, we had that conversation already.
You may ask.
Can you teach me some more fighting moves?
I think you are ready for the final tier I wish to teach. You have made much progress. For this you may use any melee weapon and any shield you possess. But nothing else. No Jedi saber, and no other items.
Alright.
We shall begin this final lesson then. Was correct about you. You know war, its motions and currents. There is nothing more I can teach you.
Maybe... Well, wait, but we had that conversation as well. Maybe I can teach you some things.
I have already learned much of your styles and combat. There is no need to know more.
What's the problem?
Combat among the Ichani is a personal thing. Repeated duels are not what they are in other cultures, and I would rather that this not become more than it is. And I have taken an oath to Atris against studying from a Jedi. anything of the Jedi teachings.
Why?
My father broke his oaths. He shamed us all. I do not wish to follow his path. I swore not to follow his path. If I were to follow a Jedi against Atris's wishes, then I would be betraying her for you.
Well, I fought beside you. You know me as well as you know Atris. What do you want?
This is a difficult thing for me to say, but I ask that you be silent as I tell you this. It is my desire to learn from you what you can teach me of battle. I have already learned much in our duels, but with every battle, I wish to know more of you. Your stance, your movements, I can sense shades of meaning and an echo of something I have yet to experience. Atris said that you were the only Jedi to have survived the Mandalorian Wars, that you had stared into the heart of war and only turned away because you were forced to. I do not believe her. I believe that you made a choice, as my father did, and that is important to me, more than you know. And you are important to me more than you know. I will accept whatever you wish to teach me, though it breaks my oath to Atris.
You're doing the right thing, and time shall prove it.
I shall await that time, but until then, I will need time to reflect on this. It is different to voice something you feel, and I must grow accustomed to the wait.
We'll speak of it later. But actually, I wanted to speak about it right now,
Yes?
because we already had that conversation. Also, could you put some clothes on? It weirds me out that you're always in your underwear. Like always, all the time.
It does not seem to bother you.
Well, that's a good point, to be honest. That's a good point. I forgot to dress myself, actually.
Yes?
So could you put some clothes on?
I fail to understand the problem. I had heard the Coreward systems had customs concerning modesty, but when training, such customs are not practical or efficient.
I disagree. In fact, if you don't train well encumbered, you're crippling yourself. That's also a good point, to be honest. Because you're not, it's not practical to actually fight naked. So you should probably, and also, like your weapons also have weight.
I can see no fault in your reasoning. I do have bulkier clothes. Will this do?
These look like Jedi robes.
They suffice for training purposes. They belong to my mother.
Who was she?
She was the one my father followed to war. She was a Jedi. These are her robes. I have not worn them since they came into my possession. They are the only thing of her that I possess.
I'm sorry for your loss.
I think you misunderstand. I have no feelings concerning her at all. There is only curiosity. I never knew her. There is no absence of presence when there was nothing there to begin with. I miss only that I never knew her at all, and what it was about her that caused my father to follow her to war.
I have other questions.
You may ask.
Well, we just talked about it.
They are. These robes belong to my mother. She was the one my father followed to war. She was a Jedi. I never knew her. I miss only that I never knew her at all, and what it was about her that caused my father to follow her to war.
Okay, so there's no... I cannot push this conversation any further for now. Do you have a name? Can you teach me more fighting moves?
There is nothing more I can teach you. You may ask. Yes? I am training, so that if danger should strike, my body and my reflexes will be prepared. That, and I had forgotten how long hyperspace travel can be. You may ask. They are. She was the one my father followed to war. I never knew her. I miss only that I never knew her at all.
Okay, so I cannot do anything with this for now.
May I ask?
Do you have a name? Because I remember she eventually tells you her name.
Before entering Atris's service, yes, I carried a name.
What was it?
It is not important.
You should take value in yourself as well.
We all have value in our oaths to others, and the promises we make. When importance is placed on the self, then by such acts the galaxy is unmade.
Are you making a comment about me turning from the Jedi Code?
Nothing except that which you have interpreted.
Do you think I lost myself when I disobeyed the Jedi?
I do not know. That is a question you must ask yourself. You may ask.
I wanted to ask about Atris.
She speaks of you often in anger. It has been almost the count of 10 years, yet the thought of you burns within her still.
She made her feelings clear at my trial.
I believe that your leaving the Jedi Order may have hurt her more than she will ever admit. It is a difficult thing to speak of, to see Atris unable to confront such strong emotion within herself. You did not care for her, did you? Atris is beautiful and wise.
Well, if she had told me what she felt, perhaps the future would have been different.
I have heard that Jedi sometimes renounce the code by loving another and fall from the Order, and there are others who keep such unions secret.
I think the term is pulling a pinto. Yeah, but I actually agree with this. Part of the failing of the Jedi is the denial of love. It is not something that can be denied without losing a part of yourself, or your connection to those you are sworn to protect.
I see. So, there are such unions?
I think the term is pulling a bindow. Sometimes, yes, it happens.
That is what I have heard. I was not sure if it was something you had seen, or experienced.
I think all Jedi are tempted at one time or another.
I see. I have asked you many questions. I did not mean to. There are questions that have gathered over years, and I did not wish to ask Atris.
If you have any others, you're welcome to ask.
Thank you, then. I hope this creates some measure of trust between us.
It does, and I thank you.
You may ask.
So why do you look different than your sisters? Have we talked about that?
I honor the face of my mother. It is not something usually spoken of in the company of others.
So, you have a different mother but the same father?
Yes, that is correct. I feel that I may trust you with such things, so I shall speak of it, if you wish to hear it.
Yes, I would hear it.
Though my father's blood I share with my sisters, I wear the face of my mother. My father was Usanis, an Ichani general.
Usanis was a hero of the Mandalorian Wars, one of the greatest.
He left our family to serve in the Mandalorian Wars, but his choice was not because of battle. He went to join my mother, one whose movements and spirit matched his. His only desire was that they fight together, side by side, for as long as there were enemies amassed against them.
Who was she?
I never saw her face, and she did not return from the final battle of the war. She died in the battle that shattered Malachor V, and her body was never recovered. My father returned from the Mandalorian Wars, and did not enter battle again. He entered politics, a caste where one's battles are fought through words rather than action.
What happened to him?
He was slain by Revan in the Jedi Civil War. When Revan sought to destabilize the Ichani worlds, Revan succeeded. The fact that our father chose battle is not shameful, but that is not the reason he went to war. He went to war to be with the one he loved, but not the one he had pledged himself to, who was disloyal. I am the mark of that disloyalty. It is said that such things run in the blood, and I have fought long to prove that this is not so. That is why I am different from my sisters. Yet I am pledged to them, and Atris, and I would die before betraying them. I tell you this in trust, and ask that you not speak of it to others. I only wish you to know.
Why tell me?
Because when my father returned from the Mandalorian Wars, he walked as you do now. There was something wounded inside him. He did not speak of what had happened there, and with us he was silent, changed. When I look upon you, I see in you an answer to a question I have searched for all my life, and that is why I tell you this now. I do not believe you to be the monster Atris made you out to be. I believe your choice was my father's choice, and it was just as difficult.
I appreciate your trust, and thank you for telling me.
You have earned my trust. I wish to honor the trust you have shown me, and I wish to explain what you meant to me. I know it is difficult for others to see why I am here, but it was important that you know one of the reasons, and know that it is not simply duty that I am here, but because I want to be here. I want to fight with you side by side for as long as there are enemies that threaten you. You are a leader. Your stance, your every action proves it.
I am grateful for your words and your assistance.
You honor me, Exile. Together, then. You may ask.
So, why are you called the Handmaidens?
We attend Atris. It is the duty of all of us, from the first of my sisters to me, the last of the Handmaidens.
You're the last of them?
I am the last of the Handmaidens. This is correct. I train so that one day that will no longer be true.
Your skill is impressive, as is your devotion to your training.
That is not entirely correct. There are times I am distracted. Perhaps once having known the ways of the Jedi, you may understand what occupies my thoughts.
What do you mean?
There is much knowledge on Telos, and only one of the Jedi remain. There is so much about their ways of battle, their forms, their stances, that may be lost forever if the last of the Jedi is taken from the galaxy.
And you would preserve it?
Atris has already preserved it. What I wonder is if the Jedi teachings should not simply be stored, but brought to others. There is much in their approach to battle that is worthy to be shared.
Well, I do think to lose the combat techniques would be tragic indeed.
I know your meaning, but I have not been clear on mine. Stance, form, discipline are a means of expression and communication. They speak one's heart and one's devotion to their cause.
Devotion to their cause?
Yes, the methods you use to meet your opponents speak truer than any words can express. When you risk pain or death, there is no truer sacrifice or strength.
So you'd consider slaughter a means of expression?
It was to the Jedi traitor Malak. It was to the Jedi traitor Revan. When Taris was destroyed, it showed Malak's heart through its execution and intent. It was brutal, without finesse, but showed his commitment to defeat the Jedi. Yet with Revan, there was the same commitment, but it was a subtle thing, like weaving threads in a tapestry or strokes upon a canvas. He spoke through battle and tactics in a way one could never do in words. He showed his heart at Malachor V, and finally, at the end of the Jedi Civil War. I believe he was speaking to Malak in that final battle, though few knew it.
What do you think he was saying?
Through battle, Revan was meeting betrayal with betrayal, and showing Malak the pain he had inflicted on his master. What stronger display than death, for conveying one's sense of being betrayed by one's own student? Revan's anger must have been great indeed. I would have wished to have been there for that final exchange, and seen the truth of their conflict with each other. You may ask.
These look like Jedi robes.
They are.
You belong to your mother?
She was the one my father followed to war. She was a Jedi. I miss only that I never knew her at all.
I feel like I'm frustratingly close to getting her to be a Jedi.
Yes?
But I'm missing something specific. Could you teach me something more?
There is nothing more I can teach you. Duels among the Ichani are rituals, and do not allow for armor or anything that restricts movement. I am making an exception in this case, as you requested.
It's a little cold on the ship.
Your modesty has no place in combat. They are. She was the one my father followed to war. I never knew her. I miss only that I never knew her at all. You may ask.
Did Atris ever mention me?
She said you betrayed the Jedi by going to war when it was forbidden to you.
Well, she's just teasing you. I'm not really a bad guy.
That is not all she says. She says you know nothing of loyalty to any cause except your own animal instincts.
And why was that? I do not walk the path of the dark side.
Atris says that you fell to the dark side in the Mandalorian Wars when you gave in to your lust for battle.
That doesn't explain why I stopped.
Atris says when the Dark Lord Revan returned to the Republic, you did not march with them, because you had fallen so far you could no longer feel the Force.
Anything else?
I believe that is the extent of her expressed feelings toward you.
Expressed feelings?
Yes, it is difficult sometimes for others to truly speak their heart or listen to it.
So Atris does not know her own heart?
Without having seen you and Atris fight, I cannot say. Battle is a pure form of expression. You may ask. Before entering Atris's service, yes, I carried a name. It is not important. We all have value in our oaths to others. When importance is placed on the self, then by such acts the galaxy is unmade. Nothing except that which you have interpreted. I do not know. You may ask.
I would like to return to the Academy on Telos.
It is not possible to dock at the Academy without the proper codes.
Do you have them?
Yes, but I could not give them to you. You may ask.
Okay, so there's nothing I can do with this. For now, it seems. So, I'll talk with the rest of the crew next time, because this episode has been long enough. So, that's all for this one, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!